Hi Virgo, Scottish Gypsy here to do your weekly tarot reading from August 22nd. Thank you to my subscriber who pointed out that I missed Virgo, I'm so sorry. So I've uploaded everyone but your reading and I'm doing it now for the week ahead. So let's see what the universe has in store for you, Virgo. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. It's so great to have you here. And if you enjoyed today's reading and this feels good to you, then please hit that subscribe button and join my YouTube tribe. And if it does resonate, also hit the like button and leave a comment. It's so good for me to know when they're hitting the mark with you. And also, the more that we exchange energies on this channel, the more relevant the readings will become for you. So this is a general reading for the collective sign of Virgo. So it's not going to be everyone's story for today. But if it's not, just check into a future reading and it might resonate more. Okay, so I've prayed and meditated over your cards, Virgo, and I've cleansed the space. So are you ready? Let's go. All right, let's start. So I've done the pre-shuffle. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck first. Three of Wands. What are you waiting for, Virgo, is what I want to say. This card does talk about waiting for your ships to come in, and I often think of it as it follows the Two of Wands, where we're like holding the globe and we're looking out to our future and we're trying to make decisions about which path and setting future goals and that kind of energy. And then the Three of Wands is very much about manifestation coming to fruition. So it's like whatever you've dreamt is coming towards you or manifested. Okay, so what have you manifested? What are you waiting for? Now, before we get into tarot, I'm going to see what the oracles have. So let's look at spell casting first. Bottom of the deck. Interesting, answers. So perhaps some of you are waiting for some answers. And look, the situation's going to be different for all of you. It could be to do with a personal relationship. It could be work. It could be friendship. It could be anything, right? Home, all sorts of things. But I do get a sense that some of you are waiting for answers, okay? So take it if it resonates. Let's get one more spell casting. Interesting, closure. Okay, Virgo, I'm getting a sense already that for some of you, the story that may be relevant today is that some of you are waiting for some answers to get closure. Just what I'm going to say. No, don't click off yet if that's not your story, because it's a weekly read. A few things can come up, a few different messages. So hang in there, okay? All right, let's look at the Moonology deck, bottom of the deck. Okay, we have look at the big picture, new moon in Sagittarius. This card really talks about sometimes our vision can become too narrow. Our focus is too narrow. And for me, this card really represents that it's time to zoom out, okay, to look at things differently, to look at the bigger picture, okay? So Spirit's challenging your thinking there with that. Okay, and underneath that, interestingly, was adjustments are required. So take that how it resonates. One more, please, for Virgo. All right, Virgo, what do we have? It's time to take action, new moon in Aries. Okay, so there you go. There are your oracle messages. It's time to take action, look at the bigger picture. And I do feel some of you are waiting for some answers, perhaps for some closure. It could be in a personal situation, Take it how it resonates, Virgo, okay? All right, let us begin. Let me just get some energy into these cards and flowing. Spirit team, I call on you now as I do a reading for the collective sign of Virgo. Please show me the strongest incoming energies for week commencing August 22nd, please. 9 cards in the upright. Spirit team, I'm going to start with the first 3 cards. Please show me first 3 cards for Virgo. Sorry, I'm just moving the incense. I've got one over there as well, and it's too much. All right, let's go. Virgo. 2 more. 1 more. Ooh, okay. All right, so we have the 5 of Swords. Hang on, they're everywhere. I've got 4 cards. We've got the 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and the 2 of Wands. And then of the second row, I got an extra card, which was the Knight of Wands. Okay, Virgo, on the bottom of the deck, there's some conflict. Five of Wands. Yeah, you know, it can be mental jousting, so just in your mind, or it can actually be, yeah, with other people, okay? Could be some sort of conflict. And I do have the Five of Swords, Virgo, as your leading energy. So for some, I feel like you're dealing with some sort of mental conflict, because after that we've got the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords for me, it talks about anxiety, fears, insecurity. The Ten of Swords comes after it. So often our sleepless nights are happening because we're fearing some sort of ending. Yeah, something coming to an end. But yeah, for some of you, there's definitely some conflict and some anxiety at the moment. Then we have the Two of Wands, fire energy. And I mentioned to you before, the Two of Wands precedes the Three of Wands, which we saw in the pre-shuffle. So for me, this is like where you've really looked out to your future and you've set some goals, okay? Or you've chosen a path. Because we did see the Three of Wands in the pre-shuffle. So I'm sensing that this has already happened and you're waiting for answers, perhaps, right? Or but then we have the Knight of Wands in the second row. But I'm going to get... just seeing what's on the bottom. Yeah, before I do, on the bottom of the deck with the first row, I do have the Five of Wands and the Death card, which is Scorpio energy. So perhaps there is some arguments or some drama around at the moment, and perhaps that's come to an end recently, okay? But it will be different for all of you. All right, let's get the last two cards of the second row, please, Spirit Team. Last two cards. Keep getting extras. Okay, right, we have Six of Pentacles. All right, we've got the full 9 cards out now. So second row, we have the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, Three of Swords. So there is some heartache around at the moment for some of you. 3 cards can talk about separation, can be in a relationship, can be, you know, some sort of loss or emotional pain or turmoil. Okay, that's what this card represents. We have got the Eight of Pentacles in the center of your reading. So it could be a work situation for some, but it could just be that, you know, this week you're really, really hard at work. I mean, this is my studious endeavor card. You'll hear me say that many times on this channel because I just love saying studious endeavor. But it's the card of mastery. It's about putting in the practice and this, you know, and developing a skill or ability and mastering something. It's putting in the hard work, and it's in the center of your reading, okay, Virgo? Then we have the Hierophant, the Magician, and the Chariot. So 3 major arcana out on the bottom row. They all come out together. You saw the cards come out like that. So it's really interesting to me. So something significant shifts. And I feel like you are perhaps sitting in this Magician energy trying to manifest closure or the answer or someone returning or whatever the story is for you. But, you know, we have the Hierophant, which is major arcana for Taurus. And perhaps you're really, I mean, this is quite a spiritual card. It's about, you know, connecting to your higher self. It represents your faith, your spiritual beliefs. And maybe you're having to exercise faith in a situation. For some, it could even be to do with a workplace, okay? Because this can be the card of an institution. So perhaps some of you, because it comes after the Three of Swords, perhaps there's some sort of conflict at work, or and you're losing sleep over it, okay? Could involve other people. But we do have the Chariot as your last card, which is Cancer energy. And this is about having your eye on the prize and going for it. So it's like when you manifest something, you set your intention and you know exactly where you're going and you just pedal to the metal and you go for it. This is like fast forward, progressive, successful movement. Okay, so I love that we finish with that. That feels really good. And we do have Justice at the bottom of the deck. So if some of you are looking for answers or closure on a situation, Spirit's saying you're going to get it. Justice is going to be served in this situation. Card of Libra. The balance will be restored. Fairness will be restored, I feel, in a situation. And you know, the Knight of Wands is someone who's really driven, and they're really going after their goals, Virgo. This is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. Now, court cards can represent people, so you know, this person could be someone of significance to you. You'll know this story. It's interesting though that we have these three cards together though. So for the Knight of Wands, which as I say is really determined, focused, driven, fast-moving energy. So these two guys together, if it's work, it's like you're going for it, right? But it's just interesting that we have the Three of Swords. So maybe, sorry, that's my cat in the background. He's going to start being noisy now. Maybe there's been some separation in the past, and you're throwing yourself into work to try and, you know, to deal with your heartache, right? And I don't know about you, but I know that when I'm not feeling so great and I've gone through a breakup or whatever, that's always what I do. I tend to throw myself into work. So maybe that's why the energy of those cards have come out together. But I feel like, so the Nine of Wands comes after the Two of Wands, and I feel like you choose a path and you just go for it with determination. You know, I love that for you. But yeah, there is definitely at the beginning of the week, I feel, because these are the first two cards, there might be a bit of conflict in your mind, right? And you might feel like you've lost in a situation, right? This can represent defeat. Maybe you have gone through some sort of defeat in a relationship or work, and then you've had to choose a new path, a new direction. But you throw yourself into it, okay? And you give it your all, but at the same time, there is some sort of heartache there. But I feel like you're manifesting a new opportunity, like a new workplace perhaps for some, or this can represent commitment as well. So for some of you that there's been a loss in a relationship, I feel like some of you might be manifesting that back again, okay, which is why the Magician is here. But these are three major arcana that tells me, you know, these are both very spiritual cards as well. It's almost like you do get the answers, and then you really do connect with your higher self, and then know exactly what it is you need to manifest, and then you make a beeline for it, which is what the Chariot is all about, okay? But yeah, justice will be served in this situation is what I want to say. So yeah, that is what I have for you. It's an interesting reading. I'd be keen to know if this is anyone's story out there. If it is, please hit that like button and leave a comment down below, Virgo. But just in conclusion, so like I said, we did have 3 wands at the pre-shuffle, bottom of the deck. I do think some of you are trying to get closure and get some answers on something. And justice at the bottom of the deck does tell me that it's coming your way, okay? And whatever, you know, I just want to close with that. It's time to take action. Look at the bigger picture, and you are taking action. Knight of Wands tells me that you're like, once you decide what your direction is, you literally go for it. And Eight of Pentacles, like you go for it, and you're working really hard, okay? So love and light to you, Virgo. Thank you so much for being part of this channel. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in next week's read. So I'll be posting Virgos in a couple of days for next week. So maybe we'll see how this situation evolves. Love and light. See you, Virgo. Bye.